people with BPD, when they look back on their behaviors and the people that they've harmed, it can be incredibly shame-inducing. And shame has its place, right? It lets us know that we've stepped outside of our values or we've stepped outside of a culture's value. And it's debilitating when it's kind of incubated, right? It's not something that we want to hold on to for very long. And so with BPD, shame becomes very sticky. It's hard to let go of because we're reliving those invalidating moments, because every time we try to say that I'm not a bad person, we relive the moment where we hurt somebody or we stepped outside of our values, and then invalidate the thought that we could be healed or we could be better or we could be moving forward. So what DBT does is DBT works to develop those skills to live a life, to like practically live an effective life, while also challenging a lot of the cognitive distortions that lead to shame, right? So something like, I'm a bad person because. DBT would say, let's pause and let's check that judgment, right? What do you mean by bad? Let's change that to, it caused harm to someone that was outside of my values, and I don't want to do that again, right? That's different than I'm a bad person because I hurt someone. And DBT will give us the skills to tolerate the emotional suffering that comes as we go through that. So let's say you have somebody with BPD and they are having kind of a flashback of something that they regret, and it's bringing up a lot of shame. Well, they might feel dysregulated and want to go engage in an ineffective behavior like self-harm behavior or reckless spending or reckless driving. Well, DBT has the distress tolerance skills, right? So they could lean into the distress tolerance skills. They could do some self-soothing, some stop, some tip. Then if they need some emotion regulation, well, they can lean into the emotion regulation skills. And so the way that DBT helps is that it helps you stack these skills to get through the internal suffering. Nothing or few things are as sufferable as shame. So it's very helpful to the BPD individual to work through their shame.